Hello advanced English learners and welcome to another deep dive into an IELTS Writing Task 2 question. This one is from Cambridge Academic IELTS number 19 Test 2. The question is, the working week should be shorter and workers should have a longer weekend. Do you agree or disagree? As always in this video, not only can you learn some topic-related and academic words, phrases, and collocations, but also you are going to get two main ideas for both sides of the question. Isn't it perfect? Let's start. At first, we are going to find the keywords because we need to paraphrase them throughout our essay, and this is going to show our vocabulary range. Let's find them first. They are working week, shorter, workers, longer, and weekend. Also, the word you is important because you have to mention your own opinion. You need to say, this is my belief in your essay. The paraphrases for working weeks. You can instead say working days or work days. Also, you can just write from Mondays to Fridays. At the end of each page, I am going to tell you some extra explanations for these green words. For weekend, alternatively, you can write on Saturday and Sunday. And let's look at the prepositions for the word weekend. You need to say at the weekend or at weekends. Plus, you can choose writing this one on the weekend or on weekends. You cannot have the plural s with the at the same time. And then we have a weekend as a verb, like saying to weekend somewhere. Working days is British, work days is American. You can use both of them in your essay. No difference. Weekend with at is the British version, weekend with on is the American version. And this verb of weekend is intransitive, meaning you should not add an object after that, but here you need to add a preposition or adverb. Here somewhere is the adverb. Paraphrases for short, brief, short term, short run. Moreover, you can say to finish or end soon or not to last long. For long, you can say long term, long run, or just to last long. For workers, options are labor, workforce, employees, staff, a staff member, or a member of staff. So short term and short run are obvious. Even if they are new, now you know that these two phrases, that the same goes with long term and long run. Let's look at labor. It has two spellings. You can use both of them, and it is uncountable, means all the people working for an organization or a company. Workforce, the same meaning, and it is singular. So when you want to add the verb after it, pay attention to that. Then we have staff with the same meaning and can be either countable or uncountable. When you are talking about the workers of one company, you should say just staff, the staff, in the uncountable version. But if you are adding the workers of one company to another company, here you can say staffs. Use the countable version. If you want to mention one person within that staff, you should use the word member. Let's see two main ideas to say that you agree with this opinion. Number one, workers can have work-life balance with longer weekends. How? They would have more leisure time, therefore they would be living a full life. How? They can spend more time with their families, which would result in forging their relationships. Plus, they can engage in recreational activities. So they can unwind not just physically, but also mentally. Additionally, they can pursue their interests, which would lead to psychological health or psychological well-being, as well as self-development. Another benefit here, they can take physical exercise. That means physiological health and self-care. Leisure is used when you are not working, so instead you are doing something that you enjoy. Living a full life is used when you can continually reach deeper and newer experiences in your life, so you can live your life from various aspects. Forge for relationships means to develop a strong relationship. Recreational is related to the activities that you do for pleasure. Instead of recreational activities, you can use just recreations. Unwind is a nicer form of saying relax, especially after hard work. Pursue is a nicer form of saying follow. Psychological means mental. Instead of psychological health, you can also use psychologically healthy. Well-being is the feeling of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. Physiological means bodily, physical. And instead of a person with physiological health, you can use a physiologically healthy person. Move on to the second main idea. You can write that having longer weekends is a win-win approach because it's going to be welcomed by both sides of industry. Which sides? Employers and employees. Why? Because they would experience less burnout, so they would have a renewed vigor after each weekend, and we would have more productiveness and efficacy. Another benefit which is resulting in a win-win approach is this fact. They would have more time for relaxation. If you look at having more time for relaxation from another point of view, you can see that this can make the growth of several industries, such as tourism, entertainment, and hospitality, plus more job opportunities in them. When you welcome something, you accept it gladly. Both sides, I said previously, means employers and employees. Burnout is the situation of being always tired due to hard work. Vigor is the physical and mental energy and determination. It has two spellings. The British version has OU. Productiveness is a nicer way of saying efficiency. Also, you can use productivity, and the adjective would be productive. Efficacy is a formal word, means the ability of something to produce the right result. Hospitality includes services such as food and drink that an organization provides for guests at a special event. Two ideas for disagreement. You can say if this happens, it will be sustaining economic stability, particularly in manufacturing industries, such as a textile or car factory. Why? Because longer weekends probably result in either to employ more people for another shift, that means more salaries should be paid, or they have to reduce the production. In other words, commercial or economic viability will be threatened and their competitiveness would be harmed. New words. Sustain is a formal verb, means to suffer damage or loss of money here. Stability means being steady and not changing. The opposite would be instability, if you want to use that one in your essay. And the adjective would be stable, the opposite unstable. Manufacturing means the process or business of producing goods in factories. Also, we have the word manufacturer, which means those factories. A textile factory is a cloth factory making cloth. Shift here means the periods of time of having a group of workers working until the next group arrives and starts to work. Production is the process of making or growing products, especially in large quantities. Viability or viability, the British pronunciation, means being able to work successfully, and instead of saying commercial or economic viability, also you can say commercially or economically viable businesses, for example. Competitiveness was nice here. Why? Because it means the ability of a company or country or organization or even a product to compete with others and stay successful. Competitive can be used with this meaning as the adjective. The second main idea and the last one in this video. This is kind of obvious. Fewer working days mean less working hours, right? And this conveys this message of lower incomes for workers. Almost always it's like that, yeah? In this situation, people, the workers, may decide to, number one, work for longer working hours during the weekdays, and this is just more a workload in working weeks. The consequence is fatigue and job dissatisfaction. Option number two, they would have a second job. And then you would see that this is a weekend, but no, they are working, they aren't free. So here we would have longer weekends in vain. Workload, the amount of work that a person or an organization has to do. Fatigue just means extreme tiredness. It's an extreme noun. The adjective is fatigued. Dissatisfaction, not being pleased, right? The opposite is satisfaction. The adjective would be dissatisfied. The opposite is satisfied. In vain, together, means without purpose or positive results. This is it. I hope it has been practical and handy for you guys. You can download the PDF on the link in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video with another topic. Bye for now.